Welcome to Natty's Crafts. I'm Natalie. I always do all the crafting. So let's go ahead and go take a look. So our first craft is going to be this Kirkland's remake. This was a canvas piece, and we're going to actually use craft sticks instead on cardboard. So I picked out the different sizes of craft sticks that I wanted to use. I wish I had larger craft sticks that were, I guess, just longer, so that I could have made my piece bigger, but I didn't have that, so I had to do what I could to make what I had work, if that makes sense. So I'm going to start with a square piece of wood that I got from Temu. I got a pack of, I don't know, 12 or 24 or something like that for pretty cheap. So I'm going to use that as my center, and then I'm going to basically wrap that piece in the craft sticks. So here I'm trying to make it so that the edges are, what is that called? Something. It's not, is it a 45-degree angle? It's not a 90. 90 would be square. 45-degree angle, I think. We'll go with that. Let's say that. So that's what I was trying to do there. And then I have to make the backing that I'm going to put these craft sticks on. So here I'm just measuring and getting the size that I'm going to need. I'm going to just measure it with pencil or with a ruler and pencil, mark it in pencil, and then cut it with my craft knife. I suppose, you could use scissors or whatever else, but this is what I'm using. And then once we've got that, then I'm going to figure out where the middle is on my little piece of cardboard, and I'm going to glue the middle wood piece down to the cardboard. Now, this was not how you measure. You don't measure and then cover it up. That's not how you do it. It's not how you do it. But anyway, so that's the way I did it. So I'm going to hot glue this wood piece onto the middle of the cardboard. And I got the middle pretty well. It wasn't too far off. And then because I don't like that background being brown, I'm painting it gold. My camera makes this gold look really yellow, which it is definitely a yellow gold. But it doesn't look nearly as yellow as it looks on video here. It's just gold, basically. And you don't see the background much, but I just wanted to make sure if you do see it, you're not going to see cardboard brown. So once I've got that painted and dried, and I have painted the craft sticks that I'm going to use, I am going to just glue those down onto the cardboard. Which is the purpose of the cardboard, is basically just to hold everything in place. So I'm gluing everything down to the cardboard. And the Kirkland's art piece was actually painted. It wasn't wood at all. It was just painted. But I didn't want to paint a piece, so I'm using wood. And so I pretty much matched the colors that they used in theirs. They had a really light tan, kind of a medium-ish brown, a gray, and then another a little bit darker tan. And so basically that's what I'm going to do as well. The hardest part of this whole craft was getting the, what did we decide, 45-degree angle? Getting the angle right so that they all matched up. And I wasted a small handful of craft sticks because they didn't match up. So I'll use them for other purposes, but it didn't work for this. So that was the hardest part of this. So if you have some magic way to do that, then you're already ahead of the game. So we're just basically gluing all the craft sticks down to the wood, and that's it. I am going to use my shears. These are Dollar Tree shears, garden shears, to just trim off any edges that are kind of poking out or looking weird, because I didn't want any weirdness. And then on the back, we are going to add some twine to make a hanger. So once I figure out the length that I need it to be, I'm just going to turn it over and glue the twine down onto that cardboard. And as always, I use the hot glue first. And then I'm going to add a small piece of masking tape on top of that hot glue and twine. And same thing on the other side, a whole bunch of hot glue and then just a touch of masking tape. And that's it. Super easy, relatively cute, very simple. Maybe too simple for some, but not too simple for me. I have a very simple artistic taste, so the easier the better. And also easy for me to make, which helps as well. And this next piece was also inspired by Kirkland's. So I'm going to start off by creating some circles on my silhouette software. Of course, if you have a Cricut, you could do that. Or if you have a marker, you could use a marker and it would work just fine. But what I'm doing here is creating some circles, and I'm going to group them together and then weld them, which will make the circles so that they're continuous and don't have lines through them where the machine is going to cut. So again, just grouping them together and then welding them, and that gets rid of any lines between the circles. And then I just set it up on the mat so that it cuts where I can waste as little vinyl as possible. Now I have to be totally out front here. I wanted a matte finish vinyl, and I wanted it black. I only had two types. I had a smart vinyl, and I had this Oracle 631 here, which was removable, which I didn't think about or read on the box until after I had problems with it. So I put it in the machine, let it cut the circles. I did 2 sets of circles at a time, and I ended up with 4 sets of circles. And there's lots I would change if I were to do this again. So first, the circles are maybe a little too perfect. The one on the art from Kirkland's looked a little bit more handmade, like you actually painted it with your hand. And so I guess using your hand maybe would have worked better in this instance. And also then the canvas didn't work well with my vinyl. Totally my fault. Nothing I shouldn't have thought about. So once I've got them cut out and weeded out, then I'm just going to lay the circles down on the canvas. This is a very large canvas. I think this was a 16 by 24 or something like that. I don't remember exactly. But it is a piece that I want to hang in my office because I destroyed my Believe sign that I used to have in my office with the remnants of some Dollar Tree stickers. Kind of ruined that sign. So I'm making a new sign to hang in my office. So I thought this was kind of abstract and kind of, weird and quirky like me. So I thought this would be perfect. I had the toughest time with this vinyl. It was horrible on canvas. On anything else, paper, wood, whatever, it's fine. Does not work on canvas because it's not supposed to go on canvas. Heat transfer is supposed to go on canvas. But anyway, so I'm doing what I can to make it work. And I ended up actually putting down some super glue to make it work. And this is how it turned out. I'm not happy. I'm actually going to redo it a different way. I probably will send an update to this when I do those changes. It's not bad. It's not horrible. I'm not embarrassed by it, but it's not what I wanted. And that's the problem. It's not what I wanted. But Kirkland's version was $110. My version was probably about 10 or 12. So I'm good with that part. So I thank you so much for stopping by Natty's Crafts today. I sure hope you give the video a big thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Make sure to subscribe. When you subscribe, you should hit the bell so that you know when the next video comes out. Please do remember to always appreciate today, as tomorrow is never promised. Thanks, y'all. Y'all have a great one.